My main man Serge and I are back to show you an authentic Brazilian snack, the pastel, loaded with ground beef that's studded with hard-boiled eggs and salty green olives. This is about as authentic as my main man Serge here, so show us how to do it.
Hey everybody, I'm back! So let's start with some onions on the pan.
All right, so I just cut 1/2 onion. Put it in here with a little bit of olive oil and salt and pepper, just get the flavors kind of coming out. And then we have 1 pound of ground beef, and that's where the meaty part of this recipe comes in.
So every time you go to a farmer's market, you're always gonna see the beef pastel.
What's a typical dessert pastel you can find in Brazil?
Yeah, the most typical one, you're gonna see guava paste and the farmer's cheese.
Nice.
Yeah, that's called Romeo and Juliet.
Romantic. So to this beef mixture, why don't we salt and pepper it, add some flavor, and a few cracks of fresh peps. And then once this browns off, we're gonna add just a couple more ingredients, right?
Yeah, let's throw in some hard-boiled eggs and some olive. The olives are gonna help with getting us a little bit salty.
Nice.
And texture as well.
Like Serge said, that's gonna add some nice filler, a little protein. It's good because we had a pretty strenuous workout earlier on. We gotta feed our muscles, right, Serge?
Yeah.
Okay, let's mix up all those ingredients, and I'd say we should probably check it for seasoning to make sure the salty level is good, and then we're on.
That's what Bob's always say. Check for seasoning, check for seasoning, check for seasoning.
When you watch a lot of chops like I do, you learn to check for seasoning a lot.
When you watch a lot of Flav City, then you also do that.
That's what I like to hear. It's the first testimonial I've had. Why don't you check that guy?
Looks like a little bit.
A little more salt, right?
Yeah.
See? I wasn't lying about the checking for seasoning. Comes in handy.
1 sheet of wonton wrap.
Perfect. Now this is not traditional. You might want to make your own dough in Brazil, but I ain't making homemade dough, so we're using wonton wrappers, right?
Yeah, that's a very good substitute for the homemade dough in Brazil. So we're gonna put a little bit of the filling on one side.
This is one of those things where less is more. You don't want to overstuff it, right?
Correct. The fillings are gonna be out of the dough, and that's not what you want.
In other words, it's pretty much going to explode in the fryer and you're going to cry.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Put some water here on your finger. Make sure you close them up and remove all the air from inside.
Right. You want to push the air out, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So next, you take your fork.
So crimp the edges, right?
Crimp the edges.
Make it look homemade even though we didn't make it.
And there you have it.
Perfect.
One nice pastel ready to be fried.
I feel like almost every culture has their own version of the meat pie. Obviously, Brazil has the pastel, Italy has the calzone, Eastern Europeans have the pierogi, so it's kind of a universal thing.
Yeah, everybody wants to put some filling on dough.
Yes. So leave a comment below and let me know what kind of meat pie is traditional in your country. I'm sure there's different names all over the world, so let me know down below.
Time to fry.
Do it. All right, we got our oil here at 350 degrees. I'm using veggie oil, and we'll just carefully lower that into the oil using a spider, and nice and bubbly. So golden brown on each side, and then flip them, right?
Should be 1 minute at a side.
And what's the typical occasion or the time of day that Brazilians would be eating pastels?
Anytime.
That's the answer I like. Perfect. So I just flipped it. That's what you want to see, right?
That's what I want to see. All the bubbles, golden brown. Don't let them burn.
We're gonna grab our pastels out of the oil, drain off the excess oil, and then put them on a wire draining rack, right?
Crispy deliciousness.
And there it is, the beef pastel. We promised you a quick, delicious, authentic Brazilian recipe, and by gosh, we delivered. Guys, if you want this awesome recipe, the link is below in the description box. Check it out, let me know how you like it, and also, what should they do, Serge?
Go ahead and subscribe to Flav City channels all around the world. YouTube, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram.
I am everywhere.
He's everywhere.
And if you want to see me and more of the great Sergeant making pão de queijo, an authentic Brazilian cheesy gluten-free cheese roll, the video is below. And as always, keep on cooking. I'll see you next week with a brand spanking new video. Good job, bro.